Thompson, and welcome again to WDT Media TV. And again, before we go forward, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell whenever we go live again to get all the updates. Today's show is about sports. Gold Cup football is the main talking point in today's sports. This is from a Jamaican perspective, and as you may know by now, that Jamaica over their account in the Gold Cup earlier this month, and they lost their first game to Guatemala by a goal to nil. They rebounded in their second game and they beat Guadeloupe by 2 goals to 1. And now Jamaica today will play Panama in their closing game in the group stages with the hopes of advancing to the quarterfinals. And this is not beyond Jamaica, but the chance that Jamaica going forward is a bit sticky at the moment, because in Jamaica's at the moment in the group is Jamaica against Panama and Guatemala against Guadeloupe, and two teams from that group will advance to the other round. And now for the standings in the group, Panama currently on 6 points, 2 wins from 2 games. Second, Jamaica on the 3 points. Also, Guatemala is on 3 points, and Guadeloupe is yet to get a point in the competition. But right now, right now, Panama is virtually assured of a spot in the quarterfinals, while Jamaica and Guatemala could be in a dogfight for that other spot. And if you look at the teams, Jamaica against Panama head-to-head clash, in the last 5, Panama have won 4. They have lost 1 against other teams. But if you look at Jamaica and Panama head-to clash, the last 5 matches in 2025, and Jamaica, they beat Panama by 2 goals to 1, and also in 2025, no, that's a big part. That's a wrong. Look at the wrong clip there. We look at Jamaica and Panama fixtures in the last. Yes, look at no Jamaica. Sorry about that. I miscarried there. Panama and Jamaica's fixtures right now. It was played on 24th of March in 2024 last year, when Jamaica beat Panama by a goal to nil. The second encounter between Jamaica and Panama, it took place on January 30th, 2022, where Panama, after a 1.5 time score, Panama won the game by 3 goals to 2. And in 2021, on the 5th of September, Jamaica against Panama, where Panama won the game 3-0 in the World Cup qualifying game in that year. And if we go back now to 2019, on June 30, 2019, where Jamaica beat Panama by a goal to nil. And again, we can go back even further to September 2016, where Panama beat Jamaica by 2 goals to nil. And back now to November 2015, where Panama beat Jamaica by 2 goals to nil. So Panama had a little advantage over Jamaica, and overall, so far, total matches, Panama and Jamaica, they have met on 13 occasions, with Panama winning 6 and 3 drawn games. No, Jamaica winning 6, Panama won 3, and 4 of those games ended in stalemate. And Panama scored 29 goals, Jamaica scored 18 goals. And so Panama have the advantage in head-to-head against Jamaica going into this crucial game, where Jamaica will need all 3 points a chance to advance to the other round. Look at this encounter now. So it's Jamaica against Panama, and Jamaica really in a do or die state right now. And a win for Panama would put Jamaica out of contention. And provided that Guatemala beats Guadeloupe. Wow, it's really touching in this game. So with Jamaica and Guatemala, they're both have an identical goal difference of 0. But Jamaica scored 2 goals and 2 against, while Guatemala have one and 1 against. So Jamaica is just ahead on goal tally, but the goal difference is 0. Jamaica 2 for 2 against, and Guatemala 1 for 1 against. Goals 1 for and 1 against, but they both are on 0 when it comes to goal difference. So technically, it's not a big in Jamaica's favor at this point in time, but these last 2 games could determine the outcome of this group. So if Jamaica was to beat Panama and go to 6 points, and Guatemala was to beat Guadeloupe, all 3 teams will be on 6 points. It comes down to the goal difference. But right now, Panama has a +4 goal difference because they scored 6 goals and 2 against, and that gives them a +4 goal difference, meaning that Jamaica will have to beat Panama by at least 5 clear goals to advance on goal difference if all teams are tied up on points. But right now, Jamaica's best bet is to hope that Guatemala don't beat Guadeloupe. That's our best bet right now. Let's say Panama draw 1-1 or 0-0, and Jamaica. Let's say Jamaica and Panama draw 0-0, and Guatemala and Guadeloupe draw 0-0. That would put both Jamaica and Guatemala on 4 points, and Panama will be on 7 points. In this situation, then Jamaica could advance on goal difference or inside goal tally because they're both on 0, but Jamaica have 2 for 2 against, is just ahead of Guatemala's 1 for 1 against. But Jamaica is not safe at the moment to advance from the group. Our best bet is to beat Panama, or best bet. So we're in a spot where we have to win and rely on the other game. Let's say Jamaica beat Panama 1-0 and Guatemala beat Guadeloupe 2-0. That could work against Jamaica, because Jamaica would be on 6 points along with Panama on 6 points, and Panama would drop to a +3 goal difference. So Panama will still have the advantage. And if Guatemala also beat Guadeloupe for 3-2 or 2-0 and go up now to a +3 goal difference, that will put Jamaica in a bad situation. So Jamaica need to win handsomely against Panama, because goal difference it could come out to goal difference in this encounter. Because as see right now, Jamaica need at least 3 points. A draw, if Jamaica was to draw this game, you have to hope that Guatemala and Guadeloupe draw or Guatemala loses to qualify. So it's still touch and go for Jamaica. Jamaica is not safe from the group as yet. It all comes down to the final game between Jamaica and Panama and Guatemala and Guadeloupe to see who the top 2 teams to advance from this group. But for now, Panama is in the driver's seat. And I'm not seeing Jamaica beat Panama by say more than 1 or 2 goals. I'm not seeing it. The stats are in Panama's favor. But Jamaica, if Jamaica was to win this game, I'm not seeing Jamaica winning by more than two clear goals. I'm not seeing Jamaica against Panama 4 or 5, and I'm not seeing it. So just to be realistic, I'm not seeing it. And I'm seeing Guatemala beating Guadeloupe. So it's Jamaica and Guadeloupe Jamaica and Guatemala, beg your pardon, were currently in that dog fight for the second place. But Panama now in the driver's seat with 6 points. So Panama should advance from the group, and Jamaica and Guatemala in a dog fight for the second spot. Let's go now to Group D at the moment. Group A look a bit cut and dry for USA, currently on 9 points without a defeat in the group, winning all 3 of their games. The guest team in the group is Saudi Arabia, and they're currently on 4 points from 3 matches. And Trinidad and Tobago were in Jamaica's group in the World Cup are on 2 points. They have got 2 drawn games so far, and Haiti, the team that won this tournament in 1973, are currently struggling with 1 point. So it looks as though that Saudi Arabia and USA should advance from Group D. Alright, let's go back now to it got up top to Group A at the moment. We received Mexico and Costa Rica. They are both on 7 points, and those 2 teams will advance from Group A. Dominican Republic and Suriname 1 point each, but USA and Mexico, Mexico and Costa Rica, I beg your pardon, should advance from Group A. They are both on 7 points with 7 points. So both teams are ready into the quarterfinals. And in Group B, it's still a touch and go. We have Canada with 4 points in front, ahead of Honduras with 3 points. Curacao was being touted as a team to give Jamaica some competition in the World Cup group. Not doing so good as you expected from Curacao. They have a 2 drawn game from 2 matches, yet to win a game with 2 points. And El Salvador could find themselves already out on a point. So if this is the form book for Curacao and Trinidad and Tobago, that means Jamaica should have no problem going to the World Cup. If this is the current form, because the teams in the World Cup so far in Jamaica's group, Jamaica is looking the best so far in the group, and Trinidad and Tobago and Curacao yet to win a game in their group stage, but Jamaica has won once in their group stage, and still has a possibility of going to the other round. But it looks as though Curacao and Honduras could be going for that for the second spot, because Curacao is on 2 points, Honduras is on 3, but Curacao is a goal difference of 0 rather, and Honduras have a -4 goal difference, but they are 1 point ahead. So if Curacao can get the better of Honduras, they could advance on goal difference over Honduras. And in USA and Saudi Arabia are already into that quarterfinal. So USA and Trinidad and Tobago and Haiti, wow, they're now packing their bags, heading back to Port of Spain and back to Port-au-Prince. So Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago are out of the Gold Cup at the moment. Alright, so we could see a big chance, you could see a big look here for Jamaica going forward in the Gold Cup. And so Mexico, Costa Rica already into the Gold Cup. So Mexico and Costa Rica have already booked their spot into the Gold Cup quarterfinals, and they are waiting, say, Canada and could be Honduras. Panama is almost there. Jamaica and Guatemala are in a dogfight for the second spot. USA and Saudi Arabia, the guest team, is there as well. So again, later on this evening, Jamaica will battle Panama, and we'll see. This will be a test of the coach. What tactics will he employ this time around? Because he rebounded beautifully after the opening loss to Guadeloupe. He came back and beat Guatemala, beat Guadeloupe rather, and is expecting to see more of what the coach can do for Jamaica, hoping that they can rebound and get it right this time, and then advance to the other knockouts, the quarterfinal stage of the Gold Cup. All right, and I think we had Bruce Ford there, who spoke to us earlier about about Jamaica. He's a bit cautious there, Bruce Ford there. And when it come on to be asked for a prediction on that matchup, and Bruce Ford was a bit cautious about that one there, and Bruce Ford, yes, really cautious when it come on to that encounter there.
Okay, cool. It's a good look, man. It's a good look. Let's see what happens. Adjust that. Yeah, man, it's a good look, man. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Man, I predict no. Just see what going on. Yeah, that's it.
You heard there from Bruce Ford there. And on Jamaica now going to World Cup, we hear from Ambassador Stuart Stevenson. And so look at the World Cup and the Gold Cup in the same breath. But only Bermuda is not into the Gold Cup. But we are seeing Trinidad and Tobago and Curacao finally going tough so far in the Gold Cup. Ambassador Stuart Stevenson talk about Jamaica's chances into the World Cup qualifiers.
But all of these teams, your Curacao, Trinidad, and Bermuda, all have good teams because a lot of the English players are coming home to their teams. But Curacao have Dutch players, and I wouldn't underestimate nor underwrite any of them. And so I just think that Jamaica has prepare and play our best football. And I think we can get there. I think we have a good chance to get there. Especially as I think with this new coach, we have to be consistent. You can't keep scrambling and playing different 11s. We need to get a consistent team of 20-odd players that are playing together regularly so that there's chemistry. Important to football is not just individual skills or the individual talents. It's the chemistry, the coordination, and the ability to get to goal, in an organized way.
Last question, you were there in 98, you saw what it meant to the
Yeah, I was in Paris, yes.
What do you think it would mean for Jamaica even now to qualify?
It would be fabulous. Jamaica already is a big tourist destination. If we can get a football team into the World Cup, it would mean more opportunities for Jamaicans to develop our economy. I think that would be great. But all of these teams, your Curacao, Trinidad, and...
See her there from Ambassador Stuart Stevenson there for you, speaking about Jamaica's chances of going to the World Cup. I think that, yeah, Jamaica's chance there of qualifying for the World Cup. And it looks as though it's not going to be a difficult task at all, because we are seeing so far where Curacao and Trinidad and Tobago is not doing all that well so far in the Gold Cup. So this could be a good look there for Trinidad and Tobago to see how they'll qualify for the World Cup. All right, I think. All right, and the World Cup is also here. Yes, Jamaica should qualify for the World Cup, but now the task at hand right now, not the World Cup at the moment, it's the Gold Cup, where Jamaica will be looking to make some inroads. Alright, we won't be too long on this topic for right now, but we'll break very short and come back to you. We're talking politics later on. Give about a 20 minutes or so break. At about 10 minutes from now, back to talk some politics and look at the difference between truth and propaganda, and examine some narrative, true and false, and party standings, and whys and how lies and innuendos can sway or affect the parties in the election. Alright, so enjoy the match later on. Hopefully Jamaica can pull it off and go to the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup, and we're looking for Jamaica to qualify for the FIFA World Cup next year. But now it's a Gold Cup, where Jamaica getting real some good match practices in these games. Panama really a good thing for Jamaica to play against going into a qualifier for the World Cup. And Curacao and Curacao is also in as well, and so Trinidad and Tobago and Bermuda in Jamaica's group, but Bermuda is not here at the Gold Cup. Alright, so join me about less than half hour from now and we talk politics. So until then, bye for now. So have yourself a wonderful day and pray that Jamaica can beat Panama and advance to the Gold Cup. I'm Dudley Thompson. Thanks for watching.